Namaste. We'll begin today in Dragonfly. Open the legs wide to both sides to your own sweet degree, knees pointed to the sky. If your hips are tight or you have had lower back issues, can sit on a block or blanket. Take a big inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, slowly lean forward and come down, resting the hands, forearms, or forehead on the floor in front of you. I took the liberty to use a pillow. If you have a yoga block or a thick book, feel free to use that as a support under the forehead. If your hamstrings are a bit on the tight side or you're feeling pressure on the knees, roll up a towel to pad under the knees. I like gently push my thumbs between my eyebrows under the third eye and give myself a massage. Close the eyes. Whatever variation you take, make sure that you're keeping the inhales and exhales flowing and consistent throughout this practice. Yin Yoga is a great tool for winding down and for keeping us calm and relaxed in the long run. As we're holding these poses for longer periods of time, we're slowly opening and lengthening our fascia, our body's deep connective tissue, and we can increase range of motion around the joints. Yin Yoga also allows our bodies to take a break from the usual fight, flight, freeze that we often unconsciously practice throughout our days. We're able then to shift into the parasympathetic nervous system, which sends a message to our body telling it that everything is alright and is going to be alright. Slowly crawl back up to seated, shimmy and shake the legs out to release from the previous pose. Let's transition to half dragonfly. Bend the left leg and bring the sole of the left foot to touch the inner right thigh. Turn the torso to face the right leg. On an inhale, circle both arms up and sit up tall. Exhale, fall down to your own sweet degree. Feel free to place a yoga block next to the inner thigh to bring the earth closer to you or your forehead. Close the eyes. Make sure your mind hasn't wandered off to a task that you have to finish today or something that's taken place before you got on the mat. This is your time to hit the pause button and to let your body and mind take a well-deserved rest. If you find yourself losing focus, don't worry, it happens to me all the time as well. Just let it go and gently bring your mind back to the breath. Another way is to focus the mind on the sensation that you're feeling with each pose. For me, I was definitely feeling it in my right hip, especially with all the jumps and squats from my HIIT practice that morning. Yin poses are active meditations, so as much as we're working to open the fascia, we're also working to quiet the mind and to learn and to relearn to remain calm. Enjoy the last few moments in this pose. On the next inhale, slowly crawl back up to seated. Bring the right leg to cross with the left, and let's do some seated cat-cows to release any tension from the previous pose. Lean forward and open the chest. Round the back to cat pose. When you're ready, let's proceed to half dragonfly on the left side of the body. Extend the left leg out to the side, bend the right leg, sole kissing the left inner thigh. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, fold to your own degree. In Yin Yoga, it's important to remember that we don't push ourselves past our limits. Flow with wisdom. Find your sweet edge, but never push yourself over the edge. Especially as we're holding the poses for longer periods, we want to make sure that we're not causing any unwanted injury or stress to our joints. Allow the practice to slowly penetrate the surface and work the deeper tissues. On the next inhale, slowly inch your way up, cross the legs, and let's do another round of cat-cows to release any tension. Inhale, open the chest, lean forward. Exhale, suck the navel in and round the back. You can close the eyes here and continue at your own pace. When you've had enough, let's proceed to windshield wiper the legs left and right to loosen up the hips. You can add a slight back bend here. Now let's come to rest in child's pose. Bring the hips back to the heels, arms extended out to the front of the mat. Again, find your own version, your own edge. I plopped a pillow under my head and crawled my hands back next to my feet, palms facing the sky. Close the eyes. Surrender to the moment. As Sarah Powers, who was closely involved in the creation of Yin Yoga, once said, each Yin pose is an opportunity to crawl into ourselves and stay a while. Give yourself the permission to let go not only of the day thus far, but also of everything that's been happening around you, in the world. Let this be an opportunity to look inwards. In case you were starting to fall asleep like I did, let's come back up to all fours. Bring the right leg to the front, open the right knee, and slowly inch the right foot to the left side for swan. Maybe slide the left leg a little bit more to the back. Inhale, straighten the spine. Exhale, the palms or forearms down to the earth or to the props that you have. Keep the foot flexed here to protect the knee. I gave myself another massage between the eyebrows because that's often where a lot of tension in my body goes. Feel free to come all the way down to Sleeping Swan, patting the forehead with a yoga block or your hands. Last few moments here. Now all together, take a big inhale, come back to all fours. Circle the hips clockwise. A few times one way, and when you're ready, a few times counterclockwise. When you're satisfied, step the left foot to the front, open the knee to the left and slide the foot to the right. Same as the other side. Find your edge, but keep the left foot flexed. Inhale to a straight spine and exhale, let gravity take you down to your own variation of swan. Keep the breath flowing in and out of the nose. Doesn't matter if you're high up with the palms on blocks or down in sleeping swan. Yoga is never about intensity, but it's about quality of breath and state of mind. Inhale, slowly crawl back up to all fours. We'll do a few more rounds of the hip circles. Clockwise first. And now counterclockwise on the other side. Now let's come to lie on our backs. Bend the knees to the chest, curl the nose up to the knees and give yourself a big squeeze. Open the arms to the sides, either straight or bent. Let the knees fall gently to the left. If the knees don't touch the floor or the bed, you can use a block or a pillow to support the knees. Close the eyes. Return to the sweet sound of your breath. Return the knees to the center, and you know what to do next. Let the knees fall freely to the right. With social media so prevalent in the world, oftentimes when we're tired, we choose to curl up in a corner and scroll through Facebook or Instagram. All of us are guilty of doing this, but know that when we're staring at screens, we're not giving our bodies and minds the TLC that they need. Rather than spend 30 minutes hunched up in front of the computer or looking down on your phone, find the audacity to get on the mat or even just stay in your bed and do a yin yoga practice. We all need time to stay away from work, relationships, the news, and social media to quiet down the mind. Return the knees to the center and bend the knees, this time at 90-degree angle, soles of the feet and hamstrings smiling at the sky. Grab the inside or outside of the feet. Can also grab the back sides of the thighs or the shins. Feel free to rock gently from side to side. When you've had enough, slowly release the feet down. We've arrived at our final resting pose. You can extend the legs out or come to a reclined butterfly like I did. Feel free to place a pillow under your head. The hands can be resting on both sides, on top of the navel, or you can place one hand on top of the chest, the other on top of the navel. Close the eyes and enjoy the fruits of your practice. Feel free to stay here if you have time. Proceed to take a nap, go to bed, or go take a hot bath. Enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste. Please subscribe, like, comment down below on how this practice went for you. Thanks for joining me today. See you next time. Take care.